Ladies and gentlemen, from the talk of the town, we present Buddy Rich and his orchestra.
Hey, can I just take a minute here to thank you very much for coming in this evening. This is the first chance we've had to rehearse since we've been over here. And it's nice to have an audience and to see so many, hey, Ronnie, to see so many great drummers in one room is kind of frightening. I don't frighten very easily. The last time I was upset was 2 weeks ago when I read the reviews of the Command performance and found out I wasn't there. I don't want to say anything about your reviewers, but when a guy goes crazy about Danny LaRue, I got to start thinking twice. And of course, just to digress a minute, you know, the idea of playing before the royal family was that's the highest point of my career. I've been in this business now celebrating our 8th year up here. And some great things on the royal performance, of course. Exciting things like Herbie Albert. That was a trill. We were allotted a certain amount of time. I don't know if you're familiar with the procedures, but we were given 10 minutes to do West Side Story, which takes 15 minutes just to warm up that stupid arrangement. And then, of course, they gave Albert 15 minutes to play a medley of his hit. Ooh. But that's past, and I just want to I don't know what I want to do. I think I want to faint. At this point in the show, we do a thing called, in the show, that's hysterical. Say, one of you guys sober enough to bring a snare drum down here? Notice how nobody makes a move? Yes, Dave. I hate to break up your vacation, but, yeah, that's a snare drum. No, that's a seat, stupid. Otherwise, that's a chair. Oh. These guys don't get out much, you see. That's a piano. Good thinking, man. Now, that's good. Without so much as a rehearsal. You have no lines. You may hand them to me. Why are you shaking? Ex-brain surgeon, eh? Thank you, Dave. I want you to know that Dave is the only reason he's on the band, actually, is not because he's a great piano player, but he's a personal friend of Ethel Merman's. Now, that may not mean too much to you, but at Ethel's age, it means a hell of a lot, you know. Right, baby? Now we're going to do a thing called, oh, I got to tell you something. I got some new teeth in, and I'm having a lot of trouble up here, you know. They're teeth where there's never been teeth before. But Brian is in the audience. He's the greatest in the world, and he's gave me the same thing before I went on here as he gave me the night he operated, and I don't know what's happening. Whoopee! How about, let me see, are there 4 saxophone players up there? When did you all join the band? You care to come down here and we'll do a thing called the bolero. This is not the famous bolero that was written by Ravel, but what's his name?
Ravel.
Oh, Ravel. I'm sorry. Look at the way they got this drum fixed up. It's all right if you're Mickey Rooney. I'll be right up. Oh, hello. Woo! Wait till I pick this up, because I usually stand up. There go the teeth. All right. We're going to play this thing now, and we hope you'll like it. How you like that English? Yeah! I'm losing my mind. Are you ready? Where do you want to put the mic? I can tell you, but we're on the air. Facing the drummer, naturally. All right, we'll take it from where it says with him. Tune up. Tune up. Tune up. Ready? Tune up, tune up, tune up. This is a soft number. Come on up here, man. It is man, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Castulo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. Strange-looking kid. I don't usually do this. I don't sit down, except when I'm playing. And I find that playing that bolero, it's not really tough to play. It's just tough to stand and play. You get sore feet instead of sore hands. While we're down here, I want to acknowledge the presence of some of the greatest drummers, not in the country, but in the world. And I mean this sincerely. I don't throw out too many bouquets, if you know about me. And if you don't know me, I'll tell you, I'm rotten. Read any of my old reviews. But seated in the audience are some gentlemen that have been playing drums. I've been fans of theirs for years and years, particularly one young gentleman that was with the great Ted Heath band. I listened to records. I never had a chance to meet Mr. Heath, but this young man was the powerhouse behind the band. And 4 years ago, when we made our first tour over here, I had an opportunity to meet him. He walked in the dressing room, and I knew him immediately. Mr. Jack Parnell, ladies and gentlemen. Jack. Besides being a great drummer, I hate him because he's such a good-looking cat. Aren't you? You keep telling me that. I'm good-looking, I'm good-looking. Right behind him, oh, I should say, at the same table, a great drummer, had his own band. You know what it's like, don't you? And he's been, lately you're doing, what? Single. I'm not keeping you awake, am I? You keep staring at me like I'm not here. I'm here. You doing a single now?
No, we start it next year.
Starting next year? I wish I could say that. I don't know where I'll be next year. But I would like you to meet Mr. Eric Delaney, ladies and gentlemen. Eric? What? Yes, sure. Your mic is on. Your mic is on. Your mic is on.
A little something here.
What is that?
You may laugh. Sorry to interrupt, but folks, I'm sure that quite a few people that do not know that Buddy Rich is president of the International Drummers Association. And on behalf of the International Drummers Association, I would like to present this pair of gold sticks.
Thank you, Eric. Well, we're going to play the bolero again. And I'm going to play with these things. I'm going to have to get a deeper drum, that's all. These come in very handy in the morning. It's a lovely color, and I thank you for it. And I'll meet you in the back when I get through here. Once again, Dave, I don't, you know, you get overtime for this. Yeah. Are they too heavy for you? Not so far. Let's see. I see some people here. Now, this is not really in the show, or on the show, or for the show, or whatever. But a few years back in the States, one of the greatest musical groups, singing groups, ever assembled on one stage, organized, and I think that we were one of the first groups that they ever worked with. And they were the first ones to ever put lyrics to a jazz solo. And when I mean jazz solos, I'm talking about Lester Young and Charlie Parker and Harry Edison and some of the truly greats, Lawrence Welk. And, oh, Larry used to play a lot. Just let me go back just 1 minute. I must tell you this one story. This is a true story about Lawrence Welk. He has his own television show. Oh. And it's kind of a comedy hour. And he always wanted to do his own introductions, his own announcements about the music he was going to play. And so finally he talked the producers into allowing him to talk. He was going to do a medley of tunes that were popular during the First World War, which shows you how hip he is, right? He doesn't get out very much either. And so when it came time to make his introduction, they had the crawls on, and he said, now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to do a medley of songs from World War I. Now, that's not too funny. You had to be there to hear it, you know. He also did another thing where he played a medley of Duke Ellington tunes. And he played a thing called Take a Train. Maybe Duke was wrong, I don't know. That's true. But getting back to this particular group, they worked with us, and they went on to great, great heights. And two of the people are here, right here with us tonight. And I'm sure when I mention their names, you're going to be very excited, just like I'm very excited to introduce them. Miss Annie Ross and Mr. John Hendricks, right over there.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, the Queen of Jazz, Miss Annie Ross. New York, I think about that. New York, you think about that. I flip my wing with a bound butter street.
While I was walking, I finally came upon a series about bad streets. ABC&D, both went to see the most of the hard to forget street. It's reading to the dilly bone.
I beg your pardon, baby, but I think I gotta say my thing. Cause I like the way you're talking. Don't with it, cause I'm down with it. So tell me about this avenue. I like the way it's moving you. I never dug an avenue more enjoyable to me.
Why?
The avenue is groovy. Yes, it was groovy as it could be. What an avenue. Oh, we're really gonna tell you. It's a beautiful song. I feel you do what I think. I get to walking that boundary line.
Got me on one side, me on the other, me and little baby. The reason that I'm so down, boy, we got the lip tights in town, boy. How to get out an Hamilton fish, boy, and realize you're my dish, boy. Go home and you can come with me. Walking at the man about me, see your fault. And Mama Morgan, we can do the talking while the people they can sort of what put down. But we, happy as we can be, we'll glide, taking life and right through Murphy Park, that side of the river.
We're gonna take a stroll. I'm invited, baby, I sure would be delighted. Rock and roll. I remember that it's rhythm and blues. I don't doubt it cause I know the body's like a parachute. It only functions when it's open, yes indeed. I never thought that I would dig this avenue. Indeed, and the avenue is groovy. Go see Avenue, see what, see how good it can be, just looking and cooking. Oh, you're not the kind to change your mind, what do you say?
Well, I feel
when we big things upside down. Big things upside down. Avenue C, your vibrations are following me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Stop when it's talking and moving. You're everything we're moving. I would, you should, you could. Big time, you don't know, did you see it? You're down the floor, you want to fight. You're gonna love it. When you dig it, come off the leg. What a pleasure and what a thing. Go, dig it, come back, come to will you.
Well, I'll tell you, big bands are dead. Now, if you're ready, We're going to lay a little West Side Story on you. I guess that's about the only thing we can wind up with. Band, how are you? Nice to see you again. You have a nice vacation? Here we go. Horns up. Ready? Quick, you see the different suit? That means I'm the leader. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. That was nice. For our next number, you got a lot of slow readers up there. I also know a lot about cars. Yes, sure. How was? Just like we rehearsed. Wrong. We're going to keep playing this thing till it's right. That's all there is to it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. It was nothing. I thank everybody for coming in. I don't know all the names, but you're beautiful to come out tonight. On behalf of all the guys, I want you to watch Power. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? It's not the way you play, it's the way you count. So we're going off now. We're leaving in the morning. I'm very sad about that. But I hope that perhaps next year we'll be fortunate enough to come back again and play for you. We love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. If we do, till the next time, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Thank you.